Hello everyone, and thank you for coming here to watch my YouTube video on as a follow-up for the session at the IECT conference using video hosting sites for classroom instruction, supplement to classroom instruction. So what we're going to look at here is some of the things I didn't really get to and maybe go back over and review because honestly 45 minutes wasn't really enough time to show you everything that you needed to show, and I thought too that I could just send you the slideshow that I presented, but that's not going to help you too much. So what I wanted to include as well is this video on actually using it, so if you are sitting in front of me, you can see me actually doing it. So we're looking at the ShareX software that I like to use since it's pretty simple in some ways and can be very complex in others. But the most important thing is it's free and it does everything you want it without any restriction that I've found. So here at the top of the screen in the capture menu is where you're going to find your capture tools for what's on your screen. You can capture the monitors, you can capture a region, you can capture do a animated GIF of something on your screen. To do a screencast that you would put on YouTube, it would definitely be the screen recording. So there's lots of different options on here, some of which I've never used, but you can try it out yourself. So if we go and we click on screen recording, we end up seeing what you're seeing right now. It's going to ask you what part of the screen you want to record, so you just tell it what portion, so an entire screen, a part of a screen, whatever you'd like. Things that you'll want to set up is in the application settings. What you'll want to make sure you set up especially is the paths menu right here where it has the custom screenshots folder. You'll want to have a spot for your videos to go, and so you can designate a spot for it. I save everything to my Google Drive so it backs up and I can access those videos anywhere. If I can't get to the videos right away, I use my Google Drive for that, so then I can go from there and upload videos. So I have everything in one spot. Most of this other stuff you shouldn't have to mess with too much. That was the one that I really saw needs to get adjusted on here. The rest of this is pretty much just basic settings, especially here in this general menu. So that's the one thing I wanted to show you was here in the paths. The other thing you can set up is the hotkey settings. So instead of having to go in the menu here and change things, you can go just press some buttons on the keyboard and you can set those to start capturing or stop capturing. So for me, I have certain hotkeys set for certain things, and so for me to start recording, I press the Alt key and the question mark key, and it'll start recording, asking what region I want to record first, and then start recording. So that's something else you'd want to probably change because it makes life much easier when you can use keyboard commands instead of mousing through all the menus and then getting to what you need to get to. So that's something you'd want to set up before you actually start to record. So once we have that set up, basically you're ready to go with recording. You're more than welcome to mess around with different settings and see, but that's the basics of getting up and started with the ShareX and start screencasting something. Just make sure you have a mic that works because it is going to capture your sound. So you might need to mess with that a little bit recording. And so we're going to go ahead and minimize that. So once you have that set, then you're ready to go. So what I wanted to look at next was my YouTube channel. So I kind of showed you that a little bit, went through some things, and I think I want to go through and show you some additional things here, as well as cover that previous content at the presentation. So if you have a Google account, you already have YouTube. So if you open up, and I'll open up my Drive here, when you log into your Google account, if you go to your Google Apps button, you have a link to YouTube that will take you to your YouTube account. And if you don't have one set up, you can set up one. So you can have multiple accounts. Like I mentioned at the conference, it's probably just better to have one account and have different playlists of things rather than have different accounts for your different classes. So you can do it either way. I just prefer to have one account, which is my Clark Tech Ed account, and then I don't have to go between different accounts. Everything's in one place. So if we go here, I just clicked on my channel. Um, we have some different buttons up here that we can look at. We can look at all the videos I have uploaded. So if I go to videos, I can see all the videos that I have in any of my playlists. So that's useful if I want to pick out certain ones and see them all. And so if you can't find one, you can go to your videos and you can go search through these and you can try to find the one that you're looking for. If you're looking for a specific one, you know it's named, you can click that little magnifying glass and you can search the channel and try to find the video that you're interested in if you know the name of it. So that's where all your videos are located, and you can sort those by different options here and change the viewing to grid or list. So you can change that. So that's pretty simple. The playlists are where kind of the magic happens here to organizing stuff. So I teach technology, specifically Project Lead the Way for my 7th and 8th grade, and my 6th grade does some different things in the class. And so what I've done is I've created a playlist for all the different topics that they're going to be learning. So like my 7th grade is design and modeling, so I have different playlists for the different units that they're learning. So like I have a unit 1.1, what is engineering, for my design and modeling class, so I labeled it DM. So anything labeled DM deals with my 7th grade. And then AR is going to be my 8th grade class, my automation robotics class. And then I have other things in here for other projects. And then I even have videos for substitutes. So then I don't have to have the videos, actual DVDs. So if I could find a video out there for my sub to use, and it makes it easier for me because I can get to it. I don't need a disc. I don't need to worry about any of that. So if you have a projector in your room and you can project the video in front of the room, or even if you have a computer lab, you can have the students log on and get to these videos. So I have a whole bunch of playlists and videos, and it shows how many videos are in each playlist. To make a new playlist, you can click New Playlist. You can add a title, and we can put a new playlist in, and we can either tell it to be public, which everyone can see, unlisted. You have to have the link to be able to get to it, and private means only you can see it. So my videos I leave public, so anyone can search for them and find them. So we can make a new playlist, and when I make a new playlist, no videos in here, so I can go and I can add videos. We can change the playlist settings, so any of the videos in this setting, in this case, will be public. I can manually order those, and we can have different settings to automatically order. We can automatically add videos of certain types. I usually don't use that. I add in the videos I want. So I just leave that alone. I just basically make sure that it's public and that it's manual here, and that allow embeddings. So if I need to use one of my LMS or somewhere else I need to put the video, I can put it there. So that's your playlist settings. And if you ever need to delete a playlist for some reason, and you don't like what you have, you can delete the playlist, which does not delete the videos in the playlist. It just deletes that grouping. It's like having a folder with papers in it. You just throw away the folder, but you keep the papers in it, kind of deal. So we can add videos. So if we go to add videos, we can either search for videos, just like you're doing a Google search. You can search for videos. If you know the URL to a video here on YouTube, you can add that. Or you can search for your YouTube videos and select from those and pick out the ones you want to add to this playlist. I usually don't do it this way because you end up with a lot of videos. It sometimes can be hard to find that exact one. So I usually don't do it this way. I usually go through and watch the actual video, and there's an option to put it on a certain playlist from there. But that is one way. So usually more than one way to do things. Here you can add a description of that playlist so that when people view the playlist, they know what kind of all the videos are going to be about. So it kind of makes it a little easier for them to judge whether it's what they want to view or not. And since for students, you're probably going to put something generic in there, more to remind you than the students, depending on what you're using it for. But I put something in there just to be very clear what it is for everyone. So we can have our playlist made. I'm going to go back and I'm going to go check out one of mine that's already have things in it, because it makes it much easier when you actually have a video playlist with things in it. So my playlist description right here, I put down what the videos in this list are. So I populated this with things that go with this unit, and in this, I don't have any notes off to the side. I didn't put notes on this one. One thing I'll point out is if you are using somebody else's videos and they make it private, they'll go away and you can't view them. So I had some different PBS videos on here that they made private, so you can't see them anymore. So that's one thing about using somebody else's videos that could be a problem, is that if they make them private, delete them, then you don't have access to them anymore unless you save them to your machine and archive them. Then they're pretty much gone unless they bring them back for some reason. So let me go find another playlist here. I know I have some stuff. Description. Okay, so for my design and modeling class, my 1.5 unit, over here on the side you can add notes in. So each video can have its own notes, and that you manually add in, and you can add those in for any video that you add to this list. So if you go here to more, you can add or edit notes, and you can add that little notes. Like about, I think the max is 2 lines that you can add to this. So you can't have it be very lengthy. It's just there to kind of tell people what that's going to be in the video, and quick to the point. On this playlist, I have it set to manual, and I like that because then I can have people go through, and when they watch the playlist, like you can have them watch a full playlist, then it'll go in chronological order, the order I put this in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the order that it's labeled as. So we could sort these, so I can just drag and drop that and put it in the right place. So I can drag and drop and order those just depending on my playlist settings. So I could make it so that by the date added, so the newest one, I could do that. But I prefer manual, so I put it in exact order. So then when you watch the videos, they will play in order, so that when somebody views it, they'll see over here on the side that playlist of all the videos in the playlist. So then they can watch them all if they need to. If it's several shorter videos that you broke up, then they'll go in order, and it makes a little bit more sense. So how you record the videos, I could very well make this video into separate videos and have it separate on different on the playlists, but I could just have one big long video and leave it at that. Just depends on how you want to set up things, really. Just like an assignment, you can have one big assignment or break it up into smaller chunks. Kind of the same thing here. So while we're on this video, you can see me demonstrating here to students how to draw some different things on using the coordinate system. So if I find a video, let's say I search for a video and I want to add it to my playlist, what I like to do is while I'm watching videos on YouTube and trying to find something that I can add to my list for later, if you click this Add To button, it'll list all of your playlists, and you can tell which playlists that you want it to be added to, or you can make a new playlist for it to get added to. What I like to do is I like to usually just check off one. You can check off multiple, so if you have like maybe playlists made for 2 different classes, you can maybe check it off for both classes. So you can put it in the playlist that you want. That is probably the easier way of doing things than the other way that I was showing you when you were in the playlist and videos trying trying to find a place to put those. So definitely when you're looking for videos that other people have made that you search for, this is the easiest way I think to put it in, put the video in that playlist. So when I made my whole channel, um, just so people know, because I don't have any sort of comments or likes or dislikes enabled. Um, Basically, that's in your account settings. That's what I just clicked on. If you didn't notice what I clicked on before, let's see if I can get that back up. Sometimes it cooperates, and other times it doesn't. When it wants to go to whatever. So I clicked on the account settings. It was right there on the video. To get to the screen, you can also get to it through here, through my YouTube settings, and I'll bring you back to this sort of screen here. And I want to go into the channel, and I can change some different things here. So when I go and I set up my account, the upload defaults, I don't allow comments because I don't want comments on any of the videos. I can have it so that they can't put anything. I don't need students being able to make any comments. It's not there for social platforms, so I don't allow them to do that. I make sure that my whole everything on my videos is public. It's for education. Use a standard YouTube license because I created it, so I just stick with that. Yeah, that's pretty much what I have set on mine. A lot of this stuff is if you want to make money and you want to brand your videos. That's not stuff I really worry about. And the advanced, I don't think there's anything I really put. On here I put do not display number of people subscribed to my channel. I don't really care about who's subscribed to my channel. If they want to keep up with what I'm doing, that's fine. Other teachers, but as far as students, I could really care less. This is not here for popularity purposes. So I have that there for us to look at. So you can go through and change those settings. Those are the major ones that I have to change. So let's go ahead and go back to my channel here and go back to my playlists. And I'll pick one of these. Okay, so underneath your video, you can put, and this is for this is already a video that somebody else made. So this description, if somebody else has already made this video, they already put in description like they have here. You can add your own. So when you go on the videos page, you find that video, you can go, there's a little pencil icon, you can go and change that. And I like to put something on there. So let me find one of mine so I can
After just tonight, these students come to the office.